I am delighted to present a fidget spinner with Python Turtle, which is colorful, programmable, free, easy to code, and spins like a real fidget spinner. With less than 60 lines, I can't wait to show you how to create this animation. Let's jump into the code. We need to, as always, import turtle. We are going to call this configuration. We then need to create the bearing. So that means we are going to create the variables list. So variable, and we are actually only going to have one variable, which will be initial speed. So the speed at which the fidget spinner will start spinning at. We will call that 540 because we'll call that 540. We will then have create bearings. A fidget spinner creation. Ignore this. That will be there will be a central bearing and three outer bearings. So bearing center equals tussle. Bearing outer. Well, so there will be three outer bearings. So just like a real fidget spinner has three outer bearings. Just like that, outer bearings equals the list of all outer bearings. Bearing outer 1, outer 2, and outer 3. We have and we have just created 4 turtles, which is not anything special. So we now need to configure the turtles. So configure turtles. We are going to do this using bearing center. We'll go to change this into a circle. So we're going to make it larger by 10 times so that we can see it. This makes a diameter of the circle 200 pixels and the radius 100 pixels, and then we can ignore the center and not care about it anymore. Now we're going to create a throwaway bearing. We are now going to create configure the three outer bearings. Turtle spare for bearing outer bearings. Bearing dot speed 0, so that we don't wait all day here trying to configure. Bearing dot set heading. So that they all face different directions and they are equally spaced apart. So we also need to increment the throwaway by 1 every turtle. Bearing dot forward 100. Nope, not 100. 190. 190, but bearing dot up. We also need to create them to circles. I also need to do turtle dot done. There we go. We turtle dot done so that the screen won't just shut down suddenly. So bearing dot shape circle, and now bearing now just have a bearing dot shaped circle will just only make it small. So we need to stretch this so it makes it as large as the central bearing, and a real fidget spinner would have the outer bearings as large as the central bearings, and we have completed a fidget spinner, and and I am not going to end the video here because we haven't made it spin yet, and haven't made it spin like a real fidget spinner. We also need to make it spin, and also we need to make it slow down. So we have not completed configuration yet, because if I just blindly do a just blindly make circles now, it will only make a mess. So bearing dot left 90, so that there won't be no mess. We have now finished configuration, so we are now going to go on to the main program. So while while the initial speed is bigger than 0, for I is not for outer bearers, uh, bearer dot circle 190, because although I could do it 200, they will still the bearings still need to be connected to the inner bearings, and I have and I and also we need to add bearer dot circle 190. So you can't really see that yet, because bearer dot circle 190, and also out initial speed. Now we've finished. Now initial speed will decrease, increment smaller by 1 every time. Now I could easily say that I can easily say that the video is over and we have finished. But in the introduction, I have said that the fidget spinner will be colourful, and this is not colourful. So we are going to add colour to the bearings. And I am talking about the outer bearings. The inner bearing doesn't need any colour. And it's good already. And I have used less than I haven't used many lines. And now we are going to add the finishing touches. Color bearing dot bear bear outer one dot color red, bear outer two dot color green, bear outer blue, and I choose red, green, and blue because they are the RGB base colors. And I know this green is only 128 instead of 255, but uh, hey, who cares? Yeah, as long as it's colourful. And I can say that we're done here, but before I conclude, uh, there's something. Uh, but I don't want to stop here just yet, because there's going to be other. Uh, so, uh, Yes, so you see here, when it seems to stop spinning, that's because it's spinning at 360 degree speed. So it looks like it will stop spinning, but in reality, it still spins. A real a fidget spinner, if a real fidget spinner spins fast, it might seem to the image that it creates. If it's a real fidget spinner, it might seem to spin clockwise a bit, and then stall a bit, and then just spin anti-clockwise, and then spin clockwise again after spinning really fast, and then that's what we see as an illusion. But or also, if you want it to begin from not moving at all, like here, it's only just started spinning. This is because if you start it at any multiple of 360, it will just mean that it's a still object, but this reality is still is actually the reality is it still spins, and it seems to freeze here. That's because it's a multiple of 120. The initial speed is a multiple of 120. And here's that of 360 and decreasing. And now it's about 240. And when it gets to it looks like hexagonal, it's 180. And now it's 120. And then we'll spin again. Now it's 60. That was 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, 0. For If you want it to spin forever, we can ignore the initial speed 0, and if you want it to spin forever, or until you shut the window down, you can change it to while true, which will mean that it will spin forever. Uh, and also, you don't have to make the color to be red, green, and blue. Rather, you could probably have pink, lime, and turquoise for a brighter fidget spinner. And uh, so pink, uh, lime, turquoise, or you could also have aqua, or even cyan, or have cyan instead. Now we have a more colorful fidget spinner. Or if you want to do, or if you want to have the colors 255, 255, 255 for red 255, everything else 0 will be red, lime, and blue. For this lime, the RGB code is 00255, and but don't do 255 for turtle, because the default mode for turtle will be 001 and if you want 128, it will be in fractions, so you have to divide it by 2, which will be 0.5. And here have a fidget. This is a more colorful one, but and or you could have red, lime, blue if you don't want to go for it that much. And and I have nothing more to say, and that's the end of this video. So please like and share this creation so that your friends can see this amazing animation. Subscribe for more amazing animations, and goodbye.